right now, before we get started, you can go ahead and click the link that's in the chat right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of the way, right? I put myself in the way. Now I'm going to get out of the way. Now that we've got our housekeeping done and we have your minds ready to learn and grow, and most of all, ready to what? Flip the land. Flip the land and become a six-figure land flipper. I'm going to introduce to you all the Acre Boys, Ray and Jay, who are redefining what it means to build wealth and legacy from the ground up. With their electrifying classes, powerful live trainings, and authentic social media presence, they've inspired thousands to see land not just as property, but as possibility. Their mission is simple, yet it is life-changing, to show everyday people that with faith, strategy, and action, you can flip dirt into destiny. They are born from humble beginnings. The founders of Acre Boys know the struggle of long hours, limited options, and the feeling of wanting more for your family and future. From a sanitation truck driver to a stagehand to an award-winning educator, they each turned frustration into fuel and discovered that land could be the bridge to freedom, real freedom. Today, they're proof that no matter where you start, you can rewrite your story. With hundreds of land deals completed and lives transformed, Acre Boys have become trusted mentors and educators. They break down the process step by step, making land flipping approachable, profitable, and most importantly, accessible to everyone. Through workshops, masterclasses, and their fast-growing online community, they are equipping people with the tools to create not just extra income, but generational wealth. I want you to help me bring to the virtual stage none other than Ray and Jay, the Acre Boys.
Peace, y'all. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Peace, everybody. Peace, everybody.
Listen, give it up for my host with the most.
Come on.
Miss Nina, and give it up for our DJ Duval. Did they have an introduction for y'all or what?
For sure, 100%.
So tonight we're gonna be prompt, right? We have to be prompt because there's a lot of things that we want to get to immediately. So she already gave you what needs to happen. Make sure your time that you can pay attention over the next 45 minutes because it will go by really fast. And we want to make sure we get this game to you. So we're not going to sit here and pump you up anymore. If you're not pumped up after what my host and what my DJ did,
there's nothing more we could do.
So we're going to get straight to the information as promised, right? Allow me time to pull up my presentation. As soon as my presentation get up, have your pen and your pad ready to take notes or whatever you're going to do, and we're going to start to learn now.
For sure. Now, I love to be in the room with our action takers, y'all. We understand that y'all could have been anywhere tonight. So what does this mean to the Acre Boys? This means that you're serious about this information. When we first came to social media, we had no idea how this thing was actually going to be received, but understanding to have people inside this room, we understand that it's been received extremely well. So let's get started without any further ado, y'all. How people are getting properties for pennies on the dollar using tax deeds, right? There are two strategies that we're going to teach from inside of this training, y'all. Tax deeds and which is direct to owner, which we'll get into tomorrow, y'all. So when it comes to tax deeds, let me give you a brief explanation so you all understand this. All throughout the country, millions of properties go back to the county, state, or local municipality because of unpaid property taxes, right? Because of unpaid property taxes, which leaves a huge opportunity for investors like me and investors like you. And I'm going to tell y'all right now that most people are not aware that these opportunities actually exist. So this is why we're going into detail tonight and let you know of this arena of land investing that we call hidden in plain sight.
First and foremost, can y'all see and hear us good? Drop it in the chat. Can you see and hear us good?
For sure. Just drop a 1 in the chat or yes, just let us know what you got. Drop a 1 and there you go.
We're good.
There we go. Come on.
All good. All expectations. Right. Let's be clear, people. This is not HGTV real estate. This is Acre Boys Real Estate. We changing the name this year. It's Acre Boys Real Estate, right? You're not competing with traditional investors. You have to know where to go and find these deals from. We're going to show you how to go where it's not a crowded space at, right? We're not buying distressed opportunities. We're finding opportunities that have clear value in them. By the time you leave here, you'll be able to scope out deals that are ready to be bought and sold and put money straight into your bank account, right? Tax deed investing is where we got our start at. Tax deed investing allowed us to contribute to fire our 9-to-5 jobs. So this is where the money begins, and this is where the money is made at.
Absolutely. 100% for sure, yo. 100%. So let's be clear, y'all. What is tax deed investing, right? I gave you a little synopsis of when we first started, but let's walk through it step by step. Number one, the owner stops paying taxes, right? I told y'all when we first started, millions of property, and I repeat, millions of property go back to the county or state because of unpaid property taxes. Now, step number two, as you see it on the screen, county list for property auction. Now, what happens is after they stop paying taxes, what do? Step two, like you see on the screen, it goes to an actual auction. And then what do? This is where all the investors come in and have the know-how. We buy these properties for pennies on the dollar. You got to understand, y'all, somebody else's misfortune turns into our opportunity through this actual system that we're using, y'all. So this is how it goes from step one to step two to step three, and let y'all know that this is something that is readily available. Quick story, when we first started out in this particular industry, right, we had no idea that we can buy properties for as little as what we're about to show you inside of this actual philosophy. So stay tuned and pay close attention. Pens and paper, I know they're already out, but go ahead and take your notes. We're about to get into it.
Why this opportunity exists? People abandon their properties for whatever reason. All throughout the year, as my partner stated, taxes or properties go back to the tax sale auction, go back to the county, go back to the state, go back to the local municipality. And guess what? The local municipality or county, they're not in the business of owning properties. They're in the business of collecting taxes. Why? Because this is how every county throughout the country functions, even the one that you're sitting in now, or for tax-paying dollars. So they're eager to get these back into a tax-paying person's pockets so they can collect more money out of them, right? Out-of-state owners, they forget about their taxes. Many of time when it comes to especially land, people buy these properties, they have planned to move to the area, they never get around to doing it. Now they're paying taxes, they get tired of paying taxes, then it goes back into the state or the county's hand. Inherited property, they lose them all the time. Government taxes on properties. There's many reasons why they go back to the county. But this is happening every day, right underneath our nose. There's 3,200 counties throughout the country. Every county does something.
For sure. Every county does something different, y'all. So don't get this confused, y'all, because we always get asked this question all the time. What is the difference in between tax deeds and tax liens? Let's go ahead and walk through it. A tax deed, you actually own the property, right? Immediate ownership, a clear path to profit. So this is our play. Now, anybody that is not familiar with tax liens, here's the explanation. You earn interest off of that actual tax lien. You actually get no ownership, long wait periods. That is not our focus. Remember, y'all, when we first started this strategy, y'all, we wanted to come in and actually own property, right? We didn't want to go ahead and get percentage off of property. We wanted to actually own property so we can sell it for max value. So the strategy that we came in with and what we leaned towards was the tax deed, because it does a couple of things. It allows us to ownership and it allows us to sell that actual property. So tax deeds is specifically what we're focusing on tonight.
Where these deals actually are. County tax collector websites. Mm-hmm. This is public information. The only problem is the public has no idea on how to locate the information. Correct. Right? County clerk or the treasurer office. This is game right here. I'm telling you the steps right here on this slide. County clerk or treasurer office, right? It says call them. They will literally help you find them, because this plays into what I stated. They want these properties off their books. They're very friendly and helpful because they can't do anything with properties that's sitting in inventory. They're looking for you. Everyone on this call, these auctions are looking for you to come and buy the properties, and they're willing to give them to you for discounted prices. You just have to know how to locate them. Online auction sites. Some counties run entire auctions online. What does that mean? We pick up properties for pennies on the dollar, and you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home. This is called virtual investing, and we have the know-how and skill set to show you how to do exactly that.
Absolutely. So let us show you real quick, right? This is going to start with Google, right? You're going to Google a tax deed sale in a certain area, right? Any area. You want to Google a tax deed sale. Navigate to the county's official property list. Step 3, the deals are right there, but most people just scroll right past them. Now, this is where language comes in, right? Because a lot of times they may not come in tax deed lists, right? They could come in through something what is called a repository sale. They could come, a different name could be OTC, and another name could be struck off. This is why everybody is here to get the information, because all of those are different variations of names of the very same thing. So how to keep a lot of people out of a lot of different things is they do it based off of language. If you don't understand the language that is being said to you, it is very easy for you to miss the whole context of an actual conversation. So this is for the people that actually showed up here tonight, so you can get the language and understand how to identify these opportunities.
So at the top, what you see on this slide, it says live demo. When we do these challenges, we want to make sure we're giving you as much as we can give you. Anybody want to see a live demo of what we just explained? Drop the fire emoji if you want to see a live demo of what we just explained for the last 10, 15 minutes.
Listen, that chat should be heated up right now. Drop a fire emoji. I see him. Fire emoji. You got 4, triple fire emoji. 5. Okay. All right.
So listen, in all transparency, I know we're excited. I know we're here to hear about how we can make some money. What I'm going to show you at this point, what you're going to see with your very own eyes, if you can grasp and understand how deep this is and what it could do for you, this can change your life the same way that it changed our lives, just from doing what I'm about to show you, right? I'm going to show you how to go out and have a part-time job without having a part-time job, without leaving your house. What I'm going to show you tonight will outperform a part-time job, and potentially it'll outperform some people your real job. This replaced our income in a matter of a year and a half, and we were making over $100,000 on our jobs. And what we're going to get into right now, replace that. All right, so just follow where we're going with this. This is going to be exciting. I'm going to show you what these places look like.
Sure, let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Sure. Now, everybody pay special attention. These are the systems that we use in order to get the best information possible. Let's get into it.
So I want to go from the very inception, because I want you to be able to do this on your own. Somebody's recording the screen right now, and that's fair. That's fine. Do whatever you got to do to get whatever you got to get. All right. So I want you to go to what we call Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Right. Anybody that's in New York, anybody that's in Pennsylvania, you're not too far from this area. If you don't know what's going on in the state of Pennsylvania as far as tax deeds, wake up, smell the coffee. You're missing out on something that can change your life. I'm giving you the game right here on the silver platter on our 3-day challenge. We charge big money for what I'm about to show you. All right, I'm giving you the game on this one. When you get there, you type in tax sale. Then when you get there, you're going to go to something that's called a repository sale. What does that mean? What does repository mean? That simply means that this is an over-the-counter list. It means that an auction has happened in person. The property didn't sell in person. Then it comes on the repository side. That is what it means. That means that it's available online for me and for you to participate and go after it. You click onto that. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse moving on the screen? If not, I'll read it myself. Can you see it? Y'all talk to me in the chat. Can you see my mouse moving?
For sure. Drop a 1 in the chat if y'all can go ahead and see that mouse moving, y'all. Drop a 1 in the chat for us, just to let us know. There you go.
All right, good. See my mouse. So over the mouse on my cursor, it says minimum bid. If you can see it, what does it say the minimum bid is?
Drop it in the chat if you can see it.
If you can see it, it says the minimum bid is what? $800.
There you go. Okay, okay.
Now, we all got that. Don't be fooled when it says minimum bid. There's no higher bid that they're looking to accept. This means that at this particular auction, they're going to sell you properties for $800 plus the fees that go on top of it. The fees are shown down here. We're not going to get into all of that, but I'll tell you that you're going to pay less than $1,200 for these properties, all right? For time's sake, we're going to speed it up. Here's where we get excited at. When we click on to this, you're going to do this. This is going to be a part of your homework. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to click on to what's called a repository list. And here's where it gets exciting for us. Some of you don't know what you're looking at. If you do know what you're looking at, you should be excited just like we are. Sure. When we see lists like this, money, 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 all opportunity.
That's right.
Money, 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 and more money. You just have to know where to find the money at. Now, you're working a 40-hour week on your 9-to-5 job when you can buy one of these and make what you're making for the month off of one deal.
Sure.
Stop me when I'm lying, Jay.
Sure. And let me tell you something. They're all different kind of. We're talking about we can put you in position to buy an acre of land for $1,200 to $1,300, y'all. So
well, they said they're from the Show Me State.
Well, let's show them that. Show Me State. Let's go. Let's go.
So what I'm gonna show you, this came off of this list. And I'm going to show you what came off the list. Get it? I got to grab it again. And I'm going to show you the power of land investing.
For sure. So this is something that we want y'all to pay special attention to, y'all, because this is extremely powerful. And most people do not know that it actually exists, y'all. Most people don't even know. But we're going to provide some clarity tonight. That's 100% for sure.
So this came off of this list right here. I'm not going to go into deep details about everything that's on the screen and what it means and all of those things, but just know this is exactly what we teach to you. Just know we give you this step by step, from step A, B, C, D, all the way down to Z. We give you exactly what you're looking at with explanations attached to what you're looking at. All right. So this property came from the auction. Even if you don't know what you're looking or what to read, somebody said a GIS map. Yes, correct. That's what it is. So on this GIS map, they have what they call a property card that's on the left side. On the left side, you see this says this is a total of 1.03 acres. This is an acre lot that you can grab for $1,250. 1 acre for $1,250. Now, if that doesn't excite you, let me go show you what 1 acre looks like and what 1 acre can potentially sell for and where it sits at.
Sure. Now, true transparency, y'all, when we first got into this industry, we had no idea that we would find things like that. This is why we always tell everybody, this is the industry that's been hidden in plain sight. Everybody's familiar with a lot of different asset classes, y'all. Stocks, Forex, crypto, all of these different things. But most people were never taught how to actually monetize land.
Now, we need to know, is it a good buy, right? It's at an auction. I'm telling you how we think. We don't just get excited about things. We start to reverse it and say, what's wrong with it? If you can't find nothing wrong with it, it means that it's a good buy. Don't get excited and see things just because you see or hear inexpensive numbers and think you can make a whole lot of money. Think like a real tax deed investor. Think first, what's wrong with what I'm looking at? If you can't identify anything wrong, then it's a good buy, all right? You have to do your homework on properties. So now we'll take it over to Zillow. You should be writing this down because these are the steps that I'm going to ask you to do once I'm done.
For your homework, that's right.
We'll go to Zillow. Land has no address. Raw vacant land doesn't have address. So how can we take a property to Zillow that has no address? You have to find a property next to the land that does have an address. Then you're going to use that for your address.
Sure.
You're going to click onto it, and it'll show you this house. This is the house that sits directly next to your lot that you're getting for $1,250. This is what it looks like. Anytime you see a house next to your land, always look at the house.
Sure. You got to look at the upkeep, see what it is. For sure, 100%.
What does the upkeep of a house say? It says that this is a decent neighborhood, or the people in the neighborhood are decent.
Absolutely.
Because they're keeping their property up to code and it's nice.
100%.
All right, Ray. Let's take it a step further. Let's look at the money in the area. Anytime you see what you see on the screen on Zillow, know what you're looking at. Yellow stands for sold. Red stands for sale. We need to make sure that an area that we're buying in has movement. Yellow and red dots indicate movement. All right? That means that things are selling or being sold, have sold or selling in the area of the said property that we're interested in. That's highly important.
Absolutely. For sure.
Because we don't want to buy where there's no movement. I don't care if they're giving it to us for free. You'll just have a free property that you can't do anything with.
For sure. What good is buying a piece of property if your intentions is to flip it and there's no movement inside of the area? This is why due diligence is always key as we're going through this.
So here's the property that comes from the auction. Right across the street, this sold. This house sold for $355,000. If that doesn't excite you, that you can buy from an auction a piece of land for $1,250, and right across the street, the house looks like this, and it sold for $355,000, I don't know what to do for you. This may not be the challenge for you.
For sure.
Because that says to us that if I can pick it up for that, right? And if I can market this to someone that's looking to build, this same, they don't even have to get a brain. Just do what has been done. If you imitate that same house, this says that we'll be able to sell it for $355,000. You tell me a contractor that won't take that lot off your hand, and you are in only at $1,250.
Sure. Sure. Now, this again, while Ray's going through this, this is why we call this hidden in plain sight, y'all. Our mentors that told us about this space 9 years ago were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month based on this kind of information that we didn't even know existed.
So forget the Acre Boys and what we think. We only deal with facts. We only deal with data. This data states this sold on the date of 9/25/25. We're not going to get a more accurate comp. A comp is a comparable that states what the area is doing. You're not going to find a more accurate comp than 9/25 that sits directly across the street than the lot that you have. You don't have to get a brain. Just let the data lead you on what's happening. It's not my feelings. It's not what I think. It's just what the data says. And we're talking about, forget it. Ray said houses. Ray, you said you flip land. Why are we concentrating on houses, right? We're concentrating on houses right now because the primary use of this lot is going to be to put a house on it. Right? That's why we're concentrating on houses right now. But let's simplify it. Ray, you do land. Y'all the Acre Boys. Okay, let's go look at land. Here's the lot that you get for $1,250. If I come out and make a left, someone had the nerve, 2 lots over, had the nerve to sell their vacant land lot listed for $25,000. Ray, people can sell things for whatever they like to.
For sure.
And I agree. You could sell it for whatever you want to sell it for. Doesn't mean that people have to buy it.
For sure.
So let's explore and find something else for you.
Remember, we told y'all the difference between the red and the yellow, right? The red is what's for sale. You cannot argue with the yellow because those properties have sold. So that is your comparable inside of that area.
So here's our lot. If we come out and make a left and just take a walk through our quiet neighborhood, we didn't get too far. And voila. 1.07, and we have where's our lot?
1.03.
1.03, that's the same size. A point, we don't even count points on it. It's a 1 acre lot, and this is a 1 acre lot, and they sold it for $19,000.
Now, I just got to ask a question, y'all. I need y'all help inside of the chat. Would any one of y'all have a problem buying a property for $1,200 all in and selling the property for $19,000? Drop it in the chat for me. Please drop it in the chat for me. Would anybody have a problem with that, right? See, what's missing is, especially with a lot of our people, what's missing is the awareness of how you actually do it. How do you do the due diligence? How do you actually find the properties that are going to be profitable for you inside of this space? That's the reason why y'all all showed up to this actual challenge.
Now, once you get good and know what you're looking at, on this property card, this same property that's in the auction, came from the auction, it states here on the property card that it sold for $22,000. If this is not an indication that you have a good property, I don't know what is. So when we are on social media advertising you could buy properties for $1,500 and sell them for $15,000, I just showed you with your own eyes.
And keep in mind, y'all, this strategy that we're going over here, this is the entry level investing that we're talking about. This is entry level. Tomorrow, we're going to get into a whole another philosophy, but just at this base level, we fired our 9-to-5 jobs just based on this base level of tax deed investing that we're telling you about tonight.
We have students that have personally done this, right? We have students that are currently doing this. You have Ray and Jay, the Acre Boys, that are currently doing this. I'm not stupid enough to not participate in something like this. And I don't do tax deed investing anymore because I do bigger deals. But I'm not foolish enough to see what I just showed you and not interact in it. So when I say this stuff, I'll be feeling like you should be breaking down my door to say, how can I learn more about how to do this? Because if you do one for the year, you just made an extra $12,000 to $20,000 from home. Sure. You didn't go work a part-time job. You didn't work overtime on the weekends.
Now, they join us for a couple of different reasons, y'all. One, because they want to add or supplement their income or whatever the case may be, or they want to put themselves in a position where they can fire their 9-to-5 jobs at some point in time, y'all. So we typically get a hybrid of people that join us.
So ponder this question. If you have just an ounce of hustle in you, just an ounce, if you think how we think, I showed you one deal. Your mind should be saying, well, what if I just got good enough to do one of those a month? For sure. What if I got good enough to execute on those one every 2 months? Then what if so let me explain the game that's being played. There's another person or group of people. They're buying in bulk at this auction. They don't come and buy 1 or 2 pieces. They come and buy 30 and 40 pieces at one time because they understand what's at stake here. They understand how to play the game. So when I bring it to our people and say, hey, this opportunity is there, take advantage of it, scale up, your mind should start thinking, I can do 4 or 5 of these in 1 year. And that's great for a new investor. 4 and 5, even if on the minimum scale, if you only made $4,000 off it, you didn't sell for $15,000, $20,000. You only made $4,000 on yours, and you had 5 and 6 of them for the year. That's why I said this will outdo a part-time job for the year, and you don't have to leave home.
Sure, 100%.
You've just created an extra or additional $25,000 to $30,000 doing this on the slowest rate as possible.
That's a fact. Now, once you come in and get POC, what we call proof of concept, the natural thing for you to do is want to scale what you're doing. Because what's going to happen is your believability index is going to go up, y'all. Once you go ahead and get that first deal under your belt, you're going to understand that you could be doing multiple of these transactions a month. And just based off of the information that you're learning here tonight.
Let's look at one more, and then we're going to give some homework. Does this not resonate with anybody?
Listen, I need y'all to drop a fire in the chat if you understand the message that is being delivered tonight, y'all. This information that we're telling y'all this evening, y'all, this is what changed our life. And if you think this is crazy, wait until tomorrow. We're going to show you the other philosophy, which even allows you to make way more money on a per deal basis.
We'll look at one more, and then we got to give some homework, and then we have to move to our VIP room. We'll tell you all about that in 1 second. I'll move a little faster through this one. Here's another property from the auction. Not quite an acre, half an acre, however. And I'll move faster so you can see. Half an acre for $1,250. Let's go look at this area, this side of the auction. And let's go look at what it's doing in this area. So we have here, that half an acre sits right here on the screen. We come out of your lot, you make a right. At the corner, someone had the nerve. They had the nerve to sell their property for $500,000. The nerve of them to list the property for $500,000. Now, do you think people are foolish enough to do the opposite of what the market is doing?
You would be crazy.
Do you think realtors don't have that experience to know that they're going to put it close to what the market is doing?
Sure.
They don't just put prices out there for no reason. So this $500,000 is a good indication that this area is ballpark somewhere around that price.
Just
now, you show me, and I've been doing this for 9 years. You show me an area that you can buy land for $1,200 that sits 3 lots down from $500,000 homes.
Sure.
And I'll reverse places with you, put you in my seat, and I'll sit in the audience and listen to you.
Now, this means this is attractive to people who want to build a house. This is attractive to builders. This is attractive to all of those different kind of people. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you what's really happening, right? I just want y'all to be really clear on this, right? You're getting these properties at a price that nobody can even offend you with the offer. That's really what it is. You're getting these properties at a price where nobody can even offend you with the offer. If you bought this property for $1,300 and somebody came in and thought they will undercut you, I'll give you $10,000 for it. It's your prerogative what you want to sell it or not. But look at the margin that you're going to make in between off an asset that you paid $1,200 for. That's the point.
Domination said Ray don't play. It's not that I don't play. I just want y'all to win. Sincerely, I just want you to win. That's why. And I'm adamant, and I know that it works because it's been working for us, and I want it to work for you. Me and Jay, we don't own this auction. I just want you to win.
Sure.
That's it.
And here's another thing. Our mentors who've been doing this a long time ago, they won, and they won heavy. This is why when we get on these screens and we tell everybody, take action now. This is a uncrowded space. They were getting them for even cheaper when our mentors got involved. So as time goes on, it gets more expensive. It's more expensive, but it's up to everybody on here. Take action when you hear information that makes sense, especially when we're giving you the physical receipts and results.
So let's hurry up and move to this because we do have to move. As we come
10
around,
minutes.
we have 10 minutes, people. As we come around here, you'll see right here, someone had the nerve to sell this for $1 million.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? So you can buy a lot for $1,200, and right around the corner, they're selling $1 million homes. Go figure.
Take that number and do a quarter of that number. If you don't like the million, do a quarter of that number and look at what your acquisition price is.
Now let's just drive the point home because those are homes. Rafe, can you show the audience just what the land is doing, just from a land perspective? What are they selling just the land for, Jay? Just the land. Let's see if we can find just the land comp. And voila, I believe I found some right here and right here. If you look at this cluster of land, it says $85,000 for the same 0.55. Now, they didn't sell it for $85,000. What happened on this is they sold, I'll show you what they sold. They sold 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 lots, 5 lots for $85,000. Now, once you divide that, that's how much one of those lots sell for. What is the math on that, Jay?
12. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. 1,200 times 4. So your acquisition price on that was $4,800.
And when you break this down, these roughly going to sell for about $14,000 a lot. Exactly what I told you they would sell for.
For sure.
You'll pay $1,250. They sell anywhere on the low end from $5,000 on up to $20,000, and that's actual fact. This whole area continuously does this. It doesn't really dip under that. That's what we're talking about. This is what we are observing tonight. We have 10 more minutes. Now let's explain what we want you to do for homework, right?
For sure.
I hope you wrote this down. We want you to continue to comb through this list, take the steps for Monroe County, right? And then we're going to give you all the game. You're going to need a GIS map to do this. Head over to this site called Regrid, right? Go to Regrid, sign up. They'll give you a free trial. Sign up for the free trial. Then when you get there, you're going to come back to Regrid. You're going to drop the parcel number. This is the parcel number for those that don't know. To the left, these numbers are parcel number. A parcel number is the identifying number like a social security, except for properties, right? You're going to come back to Regrid. You're going to drop it in the search bar, and it'll bring up the property. Right there. And now I want you, here's what I want you to do for homework. And for the homework, first and foremost, you have to be in the Telegram group. Don't email me what you've done. If you're not in the Telegram group, we won't see it. So get yourself in the Telegram group. If you're not already in there, my team has dropped it in the chat. Right? That's my live demo. Let me load up my stuff one more time. So we here. We went over. Not every deal will be a good deal. You're going to have to learn
For sure.
how to play the game with this, right? Because it's over 1,000 listings. So you think on the list of 1,000 listings, everyone is going to be good? This is why we're here. This is why education is important. This is why mentorship is important. Trust me, my eyesight for this will be different from yours. That's why we're sitting in this chair. But we want you to go and practice and find some, all right?
Absolutely. 100% for sure. For sure. The numbers always protect y'all. We gave some physical examples of what those numbers actually look like, right? But just look on the screen. Let's give you another example. Your purchase price, $1,500, not too far off the 12 that we were talking about, right? Your sell price, $8,500. Your actual profit will be $7,000 based off of that, you know? $7,000. So this is what you need to understand when you're dealing with tax deed investing. Now, you can make a $7,000 profit, a $5,000 profit. However, based off of the multiple that you're actually investing in, that is what's the difference in between a good deal as far as profit-wise. I know everybody wants to make $20,000, $30,000 on a transaction, and those are available too. However, I'll take the $7,000. We take them all the time. We'll take the $9,000 on a transaction, especially when you can do this virtual and you never have to actually see the property.
Why don't we start with land, people? No tenants, no contractors, no repairs, faster flips. We sit right here behind a computer desk and we buy as is, we sell as is. We educate ourselves on what terminology is. We educate ourselves on lists. We educate ourselves on the areas that we're playing in, and we make decisions. This is not hard. We don't have Harvard degrees behind us, backing us that qualified us. We do have time on the clock. That's it. Time on the clock and experience is what qualifies us to be there. Fortunately for us, our time started 9 years ago. Yours need to start doing this challenge.
Absolutely. So this is where most people mess up, y'all. Buying without doing proper research first. This is the reason why a lot of y'all showed up. You must understand how to do the proper due diligence. You heard it just say before, not every lot is a good lot. So what's going to discern what's good from bad? Making emotional decisions instead of logical ones. I tell y'all one thing, first and foremost, the land business is a data-driven industry. We make our decisions based off of numbers, not emotions, y'all. Numbers, not emotions, right? Not checking road access before you buy. Some properties could be what you call landlocked, right? Landlocked property means you have no legal access to that actual property, right? You don't want to go ahead and buy those particular properties, especially on a tax sale list. Now, overpaying at an auction, ego over math. Just think about that. That's part of the reason why we said what we said. This is all about the numbers. This is about the data. The data will make the decisions for us. Get your emotions and what you think out of the way, and the numbers will tell you exactly what to do.
So step-by-step play, find the county, which we just showed you. We gave you a live demo. We gave you a county. We pull a list. We filter deals, combing through the list. We research the property. We make decisions. Bid or buy, flip for profit. That's the fun part. No extra steps to it. It's a system. Stick to the script.
That is for sure. So let me be honest with y'all, and this is really, really true right here, right? You will not always feel ready to do this, right? You'll overthink a lot of different things and you might hesitate, right? That is natural when you're coming in the inception of everything. Everybody's always had a first day, right? And based off of that first day, remember y'all, the mother of learning is repetition, and it's always been. So you're not going to be comfortable the first. It's like dealing with anything, right? But here's the thing, right? The people who win execute anyway. A lot of people are out here waiting for the perfect time, all the stars and everything to go ahead and line. And guess what? The perfect time never happens. It's really an excuse, right? People who put things off are really saying to themselves, I am not ready.
All right, y'all, we got 4 minutes. Speed wins. We have 4 minutes. This is not something you watch. This is something you do. And me, when it comes to investing, I'm all about the speed. Sure. I'm not even into the profit. I'm about the speed.
Get them out.
In out is how we like to invest.
That is a fact. So your first move starts tonight, y'all.
Homework.
That's all homework for y'all. We went over this. We want to do it one more time. Find that we took you to that actual county. We want you to pull them from there, right? Locate the actual properties on the list that we already showed you. I know y'all all took the notes. Identify 5 potential deals that are on that list that we showed you. Screenshot the ones that you actually found, and we need you to drop them in the Telegram group, right? Everybody's inside the Telegram group. Drop them in the Telegram group and show us those 5 that you actually found that are potential deals.
Now, I gave you the county. We gave you the county. You're going to take it there. You're going to look at the numbers on Zillow. You're going to go to Regrid. That'll give you a free trial and pull the properties from there, make decisions. Make sure you're in the Telegram room. Now, what you need to do now, all my action takers, all this hype, all this fluff that we had going on tonight, Nina got you riled up. DJ Duval came in and got you riled up. I was watching the chat, sitting back. Now let's see who's an action taker. And all my action takers, if you have not upgraded to VIP. If you not have upgraded to VIP, that says something about your character after what I just exposed to you. Because now I have to get ready to go. My team is texting me saying that we have 2 minutes. I have to get off this call and stick to the schedule. What's going to happen in my VIP room is we're going to further explain that list, and we're going to give them our fact sheet on how to evaluate that list step by step in my VIP room. So I need my action takers, if you have not upgraded, to upgrade now. My team has dropped that link, or can we drop that link in the chat if we already didn't drop it? Upgrade yourself. We have to head over to the other room, and we will have a Q&A session. The beautiful part about the VIP is you can speak to us about everything that you heard. You can ask questions. They're going to ask questions about what they heard tonight, right? This is not recorded for the general room. It's recorded for the VIP, and you'll be able to watch a replay of what's going to be explained in that room.
For sure, 100%.
So upgrade yourself. Why do we have a different room because we're looking to extract the serious people. And when you upgrade to the VIP, that says to us, that's a great indication that that person is serious about this land investing thing.
Listen, y'all, all of this is about mentorship. Mentorship is supposed to do one thing: consolidate time frames. The more information you get about what we know you're already interested in. So go ahead and upgrade to VIP. Meet us over there because we have a minute before we have to go over there and go ahead and cater to the people that paid to be in that actual room, y'all.
All right. I hope you learned some tonight.
Yeah.
The homework that we dropped, please drop it in the Telegram room. We won't look at it anyplace else. We won't. Don't email it. Don't send it on social media. You must be a member of the Telegram room to drop what you found with the homework. If you're headed over to the VIP, we will be on time. We're going to end this call now. You have been a great audience tonight.
Yo.
Take something with you and enjoy. God bless. Good night. Nina, the floor is yours. We're going to head over to that VIP room.
Listen, that's right. We're going over to VIP, so we're going to give you 60 seconds. If you have not upgraded to VIP, the link is in the chat. All right, it's right there. Everything you need is right there in that one link. So where you see the resource link, it's going to have the VIP upgrade. It's going to have your workbooks. It's going to have your links to the Telegram chats, and it's going to have the Zoom links. If you've already upgraded, here's what you have to know. You need to make sure that you check your spam, your junk folders. All right, you want to refresh your email. Give it a chance for you to see it. All right, so you want to make sure that, yes, you will get the VIP links emailed to you. The link will be in your VIP portal after you upgrade. All right, so you want to make sure you check your spam folder, check all of those, your junk folder, check your promotions folder on Gmail. All right, because we got to get off of here so we can go ahead and start the VIP room. So for those of you that are going over to VIP, listen, we cannot wait to go ahead and get into some implementation. You have access to ask anything, any questions that you need answered in the VIP room. So you're going to get some special attention over there. For those of you that are not going to the VIP room with us, we will meet you back tomorrow on this same line at 6:30 p.m. on time. Be there by 6:25, right? And we're going to have some mindset, because mindset matters, so that you can secure the bag and keep the bag. All right, we don't want you to fumble the bag. So we want you to enjoy the rest of your evening. Make sure you be kind to one another. Do a good deed and pay it forward. Always remember that God loves you, we love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. We'll see you all tomorrow, or for those of you, we'll see you in the VIP room. See you shortly.